build humility in an environment that's all about narcissism?
You just have to play a different game. Like, you just have to not care. Like, the way you win social media is by, like, if you think of social media like a game, which I have historically, the way you win, is by going viral, getting followers, perhaps making money via your social media presence or whatever. That's the way you win in the eyes of a lot of people. But then you have to ask yourself, like, is that a game I want to win? And if you do, okay, then you have to ask yourself, like, how do you win? And I can tell you right now, like, I don't know how many Twitter followers I have, like 2,300 or something like that. If I wanted 23,000 Twitter followers, I know how to do that. I could have 23,000 Twitter followers by Labor Day. And I don't say that to, like, look at me. That would defeat the whole purpose of what we're talking about. But the point is, like, I know how to win the game, but I know that in order to win the game, I would have to do a lot of things that aren't worth winning the game. And I think when it comes to social media and you think, like, these are platforms powered by narcissism and putting ourselves at the center, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, I know people who have effectively sold their souls to get massive social media followings, because, I mean, the number one way is to just become incredibly belligerent politically. Like, if you want to get a massive social media following, it's very easy. Just become very mean about very controversial political issues to all of the people who you think will hate you for saying those statements, and you'll get followers like crazy. Now, the question is like, is that a game you want to win? Like, is that what you want to do? And the answer is just like, no. That's why I don't have 23,000 Twitter followers. I have 2,300 or whatever. If you want to grow a massive following on Instagram, I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, but one of the easy ways to do it is, like, you post very, very, like, sexual pictures of yourself. That's a very easy way that you could get a lot of followers, like, especially if you're a woman and guys who are going on there for that kind of thing. You could easily do that. The question is, like, is that a game you want to win? And there are other ways to, quote, win the game that take more work and more effort and that sort of thing that I think are ethical. But the thing that we have to remind ourselves of is that the easiest way to succeed at having a social media presence are often things that we as Christians require strategies we would not be okay with pursuing. And so then you have to ask yourself, like, what is the purpose of social media for me? And what do I want it to do? And is that purpose and place in my life good to begin with? And that's where, if you don't have that level of knowledge and discernment, you have to have some friends speak into that for you. But if it is like, hey, yeah, I just want to use social media to, like, help people, encourage people with things the Lord's teaching me or that I'm reading from other people, then just do that. And then you'll get as many followers as are encouraged by those sorts of things or whatever. But if your goal is, like, I want to get a massive following for X, Y, or Z, or I just want to get a big following because I want to be famous, well, I know how you win. I know how you win, and I don't encourage that, and I don't pursue that myself. So how do you live online in a place that celebrates narcissism and be humble? Is you don't have to play the game that it feels like the platforms are beckoning you to play. You can just play the game you want to play and have your own goals for what that looks like.